Hi folks, yeah, I've just uploaded a couple of videos. One where, well, there's a couple where I was out in Brixton today. One at the skate park, which I actually ended up googling because I'd heard somewhere, I can't remember where I come across this, at some point I've come across it anyway, where somebody once mentioned to me that it was called Brixton Beach, and so when I was talking about it in the video, you see, and then when I played it back to myself, just like, because like that's kind of how I do it sometimes I'll just upload straight off, but sometimes I'll, depending on, you know, kind of what I'm thinking about in terms of what kind of video I'm going to be making and what I'm going to be putting up and so on. So sometimes I might edit, sometimes I might not, it all depends. But so I like to watch the video back first before I even put it onto my computer. So I've got it on the micro SD card, put that in, and then just play it back straight away, see how it looks, how it sounds, am I happy with it, blah blah blah. I mean, just lately I have, to be quite honest, I've been kind of like, I don't know if it's laziness or whether it's I don't know, I don't think it really is laziness, to be quite honest. It's not, it's just, I guess it's just the weight and pressure of all this other stuff that's been on my mind for a long time, do you know what I mean, for a good few months now, because life has got extremely difficult since I lost that amount of money, like I was telling you about in an earlier video, about, you know, my income's dropped down by 800 quid. Anyway, again, that's on another video, so I don't really want to keep going over that, but suffice to say that I think that's part of the reason it's you know, it's just really difficult sometimes to get motivated when you're continually facing, you know, real flipping hardship, almost constantly, continually. It's not like it's just for a little while or whatever. This has been going on for quite some time, and to be quite honest, the way things are looking, it's not going to get any better anytime soon. So anyway, so I think that's part of the reason why my motivation in doing things is getting really low, and you know, it's anyway, again, I'm not doing a depressing video, so see, here we go again, I'm completely sidetracking myself. Right, so yeah, so like I say, I'll watch the video back and blah blah blah. So I was watching the video back, and I hear myself mention about the fact that the name of that place is well, I don't know if it's the official name necessarily, but you know, some people refer it as Brixton Beach. So I suddenly thought to myself, oh, maybe I should check that. Maybe, you know, because like I say, sometimes I'll mention stuff and talk about things, and I'm not 100% certain on the facts of the matter. So I always say to you guys, you know, I always say that there and then that, like, well, I'm not really sure about that, I think that might be the case, or that's my understanding, blah blah blah. And I never really think then afterwards, and it's usually because if I've gone out and about somewhere, a reasonable distance to somewhere, you know, not just in my local area, and especially if it's been a few hours since I did the video or whatever, and again, even if I've done several videos in that day, chances are by the time I get home, I've kind of, you know, unless, like I say, I watch it back and then I remind myself of that particular fact or whatever, but even then, to be quite honest, you know, I don't really think then to check out the validity of the statement I made. But this time, for whatever reason, I thought to myself, do you know what, I'm going to check out, is it actually called Brixton Beach, or is that, am I thinking of something else or whatever? And lo and behold, yeah, you know, it is also known as that, but something I didn't realise, because I'd always thought it was, you know, or it would be classed as Brixton Skating Park, or Skate Park I should say, but it's not, it's called Stockwell Skate Park, and I was a little bit puzzled because I'm thinking, like, but is that actually Stockwell? Because I must admit, I don't know where the boundary is between Brixton and Stockwell. I must admit, you know, there isn't an actual, at least that, not that I'm aware of. I've never seen any signs on the road where it says, like, actually says like, you are now entering Stockwell. As far as I'm aware, I've never noticed any. So, you know, where the actual boundary between when you know, are you still in Brixton? Are you still in? Are you now in Stockwell? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just assume because you're right next, literally. I don't know what, a minute walk to well, Brixton High Street for a start off, and Brixton Academy, or the O2 Academy as it's now known. You know, so I'm kind of like, oh right, okay, so it's called Stockwell Skate Park. I haven't got a clapper board yet. I'll have to get one of those clapper boards. Cut. Take two. Anyway, yeah, Stockwell Skate Park. God, blimey. Have we got a new set of teeth? I need a new set of teeth because these aren't working. So, anyway, yeah. So, like I said, I was quite interested. I thought, like, oh, it's called Stockwell Skate Park. Oh, that's interesting. Didn't know that. And anyway, I'm not sure exactly how, but you know, like, I'm sure people who watch my videos, presumably you're internet savvy. I'm taking this as, you know, that for granted that most people generally are pretty internet savvy. You're probably on other media sites. I'm making obviously lots of assumptions here, but anyway, you know, so I'm sure that you'll be aware of the fact that, like, how, you know, when you're, I mean, it's an old term, this, actually. I don't think they use this term anymore, to be quite honest. They used to say surfing the web or whatever. I've never really, you don't seem to hear people use that phrase anymore. I have no idea whether that phrase is still current or not. I suspect it possibly isn't, because I've never heard anybody say that anywhere these days. So maybe that isn't, you know, maybe that's gone out with the ark or something. But anyway, so, because that's the phrase I was going to use, because it's the only phrase that I know, unless there's now a new phrase or way of articulating when you've been online, not necessarily just on YouTube, but whatever platform you're on, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You'll know yourself that when you're going through those things, you know, you're surfing through it, to use the you know, my old codger's terminology for it. You know, so as you're surfing the web, you know, one thing leads to another, and you get taken to another thing, and then you find that. Anyway, you know, so I end up on this web page. Found out that, like, because of this new building construction thing that's going to be going on there. Like I said to you in the video, if you watch the video and you see I was talking about the graffiti art, because I love that sort of style of art. I've got a book on it. Well, I've got several, actually. I've got about 2 or 3 books on the subject. But anyway, again, don't want to sidetrack myself. So, like I said, I was checking this thing online. I think it says the Friends Floss. Was it Floss or Foss or? Sorry, I apologise to the people of that organisation. I've completely forgotten for a moment. It was several hours ago when I was looking on your page, and I subscribed to your thing, to your newsletter thing and whatever sort of thing, because I didn't realise that it was possibly under threat of redevelopment and so on, and this redevelopment thing where they're going to build this new big tall block of apartments or whatever that. You know, it's possibly going to infringe, or even, you know, that these people are even trying or have tried to. I'm not sure if they, because I was watching some of you got some videos on there as well, and I was reading some of your stuff on there. But anyway, the point is that I had no idea. I didn't realise that it was under threat in any way, shape or form, and that it wasn't even funded by Lambeth Council. Apparently they built it originally back in the 70s, but it's not funded in that sense by them or whatever sort of thing. And I thought, well, that's a shame, because it is a local, unique feature, And I've always liked that place. I mean, I don't use it personally, I must admit. I mean, you know, I mean, okay, fair enough. You could argue that. I was going to say, well, I'm 50 years of age now. It's like I can't really see myself skating around on a skateboard necessarily, but. I know that some people could turn around and say, well, yeah, well, you're never too old to learn, and, like, you know, somebody could teach you, or what. But anyway, you know, thanks for if anybody would suggest that, but it's not really my thing. But that's not to say that, you know, as I say, I think it's a great place. I really do. I always have done, and especially because of the graffiti art around there as well. Yes, some of it looks a little bit, you know, untidy, whatever sort of thing. But those latest ones on the hoarding, fence, boarding, whatever, you know, the thing that they've fenced off the old block of flat things with, those are amazing. I love that sort of graffiti art. I really do. Absolutely adore it. And I admire the people's talent for that. I can never understand. Yes, tagging, like I say, where you just get people just spray painting their name in a what's the name, you know what I mean? Not even making a piece of artwork out of it. Then yes, I can understand people's frustration around that. But to be perfectly honest, I actually even like that. To be quite, I do. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it, and I don't think it's necessary. But if you get a load of it, do you know what I mean? Where people have done it over and over and over and over again, sort of thing, all the different colours. Even that can actually look quite interesting when I think about it. But yeah, it does look a bit unsightly when you just get the tag thing and just somebody just spray paints their name in a single line, if you like. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if somebody creates a piece of artwork with it, then yeah, and it's like blows my mind the level of detail and the talent that's involved to be able to create something like that. I mean, I paint with a brush. Do you know what I mean? Or draw with a pencil, but these guys are using flipping. I know that you can get attachments to the nozzles because I've got some spray paints myself. You know, I've had a little dabble at it. Believe me, I am no graffiti artist because I would really suck at it. You know what I mean? I know I would, but I say, you know, being an artist, all forms of art and all medium of art and all genres of art interest me. Anything to do with creativity anyway. So yeah, I've dabbled and I've got a few spray cans out there, and I know that you can get these sort of different types of nozzles to get a different effect and so on and so on and so forth. Anyway, but that said, still how they get the level of detail and sometimes the realism that goes into those paintings as well, sometimes it's just awesome, absolutely awesome, love it. So anyway, after waxing lyrical about graffiti art, I'd say the thing is that I've just always liked that place and that space, and I think it would be a massive blow if anything happens to it. Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, I think, yeah, it is a part of the you know, culture and what have you sort of thing, and you know, and I've noticed it is very popular. You very rarely see it not being used. Oh, okay, there might be some days where it's not less used, and particularly if it's raining, I guess, and whatever. But more often than not, every time I've ever passed there, either walking past or on the bus or whatever it is, whenever I've gone past that area, it's always quite well frequented by lots of different people. Do you know what I mean? And all different ages as well. That's another great thing to see. There's all different ages there. Yes, there are people my age skating on there as well. You know, fair play to them and good luck to them. Do you know what I mean? Why not? You know, great. But like I say, I must admit, I was surprised to hear that it's possibly under threat from these developers. You know, I'm not happy about that. You know, that I don't want to go again, because like, I don't want to make a negative video, and I don't want to get into it because, believe me, anyway, so, but yeah, so I wanted to make this little video just about that really, and like I said, just to say that I've uploaded a couple of videos today. This will again be the last one today. Probably won't get a chance, but then again, I'm not sure exactly. Maybe early in the morning, because tomorrow I'm at work again tomorrow at the bridge school. Definitely thinking about going early So maybe 5:30. So I'm going to go to bed soon anyway. It's 9:15 now. So I reckon I'll be going to bed about another hour, possibly. I'll try and make it around about 11 or 12, but I'm no later than that because I definitely need to get some sleep because I need to get up early because I'm going to set my alarm for about, well, hang on, if I want to get to the tube station for about, no, oh, hang on, I don't know, well, maybe 6. So if I set the alarm for about 5, that should give me enough time to get up, get washed and dressed and stuff and what have you. Yeah, that should be enough time, I think. So yeah, I'm definitely going to go down there early and hit that Costa's coffee shop. Really looking forward to that Costa's now. Really am. Oh God, you see, I can feel my flipping. I'm salivating and just the anticipation of having that coffee. Because I haven't had one for, oh man, I don't know. Over a month. It's got to be over a month because I've just not been able to afford it. Do you know what I mean? Plain and simple. Just not been able to afford it. And I love my Costas, I do. I must admit. And this isn't a commercial for them, and I'm certainly not sponsored by them. Wish I bloody was. But you know, because I've got the loyalty card. I've got one of their travel mugs. Do you know what I mean? Because actually, this travel mug's quite good. Actually, it's quite handy because you can stick it in your bag full of hot coffee and it doesn't spill. Do you know what I mean? And so you can, and it'll stay warm. It's not like thermos, but it'll stay warm a bit longer than it would if it was in just one of the paper cups or whatever. So I quite like my travel cup, travel mug, Costa's one. Yeah, I must admit I've tried lots of the other chains, you know, the Neros and the flipping Starbucks and all the rest of them sort of thing, and sorry, but the Costas I think are the best, but that's just my opinion, you know what I mean, and I think I'm entitled to my opinion, even in a public forum. I think I'm entitled to that opinion. I don't think I'm crossing any boundaries or saying anything that I shouldn't be. I don't think that I'm aware of. And if I am, you know, I'm quite happy for somebody to point that out, whoever, and YouTube. If you want to, you know, if you're saying like, oh no, you can't say that because you're kind of advertising and what's the name and well, product placement, or maybe not. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, sorry. Just to say that I do. I'm sorry, but I absolutely love Costa's coffee. But anywho, I am going to stop just waffling on about absolutely nothing and finish this video because, as I said, I need to go to bed soon, get some sleep, get up early in the morning, and get that Costa's coffee. Right, I'm definitely going to leave it there. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and although I don't think this is as long as the other video, if you want, you can do another Heckit if you've got to the end of this video. Well, somebody did do this. Somebody actually, I can't. Chris, I think his name was Chris. Again, I'm really sorry, guys. Unless something, you know, I've got one of these memories that unless it's something I've heard over and over for a little while, it doesn't stay in there, it doesn't retain necessarily. Anyway, and also I'm more visual than anything anyway. But anyway, yeah, so there was a chap, I'm sure it was Chris, but I can't remember the other part of the name. And that's the thing as well, sometimes people on YouTube, they don't always use their proper names either. I mean, sometimes they just come up with all sorts of different titles for their channel. And so sometimes I'm a little bit confused as to, is that the person's actual name, or is that just a nickname, or is it the actual just name of their channel? Do you know what I mean? So sometimes I'm a little bit unsure as to whether I'm actually calling them by their actual name. Sometimes, to be quite honest. Anyway, again, I'm going off on tangents. So, see, I've completely lost where I was going anywhere with this now. See, we're going down that alley just a minute ago, weren't we? And now we've doubled back and we've gone somewhere else. Right, I am definitely shutting up because I'm sounding like a complete buffoon. Right, okay, I was trying to tell you something and I completely sidetracked myself as usual. Right. Yeah, heck it. At the end of the video, cheers. Oh yeah. See, now I remind myself. Somebody did do that. One of the guys, I don't know if he's a subscriber or not, to be quite honest, but somebody called Chris did the heck it thing. And I responded back to him and said, thank you very much for that, heck it. Great. Thank you for persisting and staying with me. Cheers. Thank you very much. Take care, guys, and I'll catch you soon. Bye for now.